Welcome to DuckCast, episode 62. Hey, Zach, did you see the new Let's Cook?
No. I saw the first 30 seconds, and you texted me saying, yeah, it was pretty annoying that you reached a new level, and I was like, nah, it can't be, and then I saw the first 30 seconds. I was going to watch the whole thing, but yeah, no, it's very obnoxious.
It's unbearable.
Yeah. It's too much.
Like...
It's like he's trying to be someone else. It's a shame. It's really nice, like rewatching those episodes for the thing on your channel, Slateside, the commentary videos, and like just
Zach and
seeing where he's come
Zach.
from. Yeah, just seeing where he's come from. It's like you would think he would get. It's like wow, and he's late 20s or 30 right now, something like that. He's acting all like this for what? For like a few viewers? It's not worth it. Be yourself, man.
Yeah.
What the F?
Yeah. But, like, hey, he still has a stupid podcast where two people talk about him every episode, so...
What podcast?
That's more than some people can say.
I don't even know the existence of the podcast, because, like, I guess it just goes by my subscription feed. I just don't notice it anymore. I don't care to notice it.
Anyway. I've got a lot of show notes, because a lot has happened since the last episode. Just with shit I watched. I told you before we started recording, I watched a shitload of stuff.
I saw one thing today that I could have a note about, and a movie I'm seeing tomorrow that I don't even know if it might. I'm very I have no idea if this will be good or not. Like it's that movie with the
Happy Time Murder.
Yeah, the puppets and Melissa McCarthy.
I don't, just the way you didn't, I don't know how it came off on your end, but I said it before you even said the title, because I just, the way you're describing it.
Like, some things in the trailer looked legitimately funny, like, it's just, and also Stanley from The Office is in it, but like, yeah, I don't know. I know it's Melissa McCarthy, so it might be bad, but
yeah, and I think it is going to be potentially the worst movie of the year, but I am going to see it. I'm going to see it with Brent, Joanne, and Alec, and I think we're going to get shit-faced before we go. We're either going to get Uber, or we're going to have a friend pick us up, but there's a bar.
Come on, man, that Muppet jizzing all over the walls with spray cans to shit is, like, so funny. It's so good.
So, I think I'm going to hate it.
It's my nostalgia feels right here, you know?
You know, there's a story about that.
Come on now.
Because Sesame Street tried to sue them.
And it's kind of people or something.
No, it's kind of weird because it's Jim Henson. You know who Jim Henson is, right?
Yeah.
It's his kid. It's his son who's directing the movie, and he got sued. They got sued by Sesame Street, and it didn't go anywhere. It ended pretty quickly. But it's just kind of funny. I think they were using the tagline for a little bit from the producers who got sued by Sesame Street, and that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I hope I'm right about this, by the way. I'm like 90% sure what I said is true. I forget where I read it, though. So maybe I'm wrong, but I'm 90% sure it's true. All right. Anyway, so that was actually a show note of mine, so that's funny. You said probably not.
I think something like this movie, you just have to go into it optimistic, just being like, you know what, it might be bad, but it's like it's gonna be. I think there's gonna be equally parts that you're gonna enjoy and not like, but I feel like you're gonna remember more of the stuff you like. I feel like with this one.
I liked Sausage Party, so there's a chance, but it looks bad to me. Sausage Party looked bad too to me, and a lot of people really do fucking hate Sausage Party. Even Joanne, who wants to see Happy Time Murders as a joke, said Sausage Party was really shitty, and I don't know how you can go see a movie that. Like a comedy as a joke, though. They're trying to be funny. When someone's trying to be serious and fails, it's funny. When someone's trying to be funny and fails, it's just hard to watch. But anywho, I have some other show notes. I have some other show notes about an older movie. And it was a very surprising film for me. And maybe you've seen it. Have you ever seen Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler?
No.
It's a Sandler movie, and I was telling people yesterday because I watched it in like parts because I watched the first half on my lunch break and finished it when I got home. And I was telling people it was Adam Sandler in a serious role because with the first like 30 minutes of the movie, I was convinced that's what it was. And by the end of it, it's like 100% a comedy. But like Adam Sandler's a really good actor in it. Like it's very different from anything else he's ever done. It's Adam Sandler in an art house movie.
What's an art house movie?
What?
What's an art house movie?
Something like not not a super mainstream company. It's kind of like really artsy. It does weird stuff with the cinematography.
Experimental, you mean?
People call it art house. I don't know if they're. I don't really know what all the qualifications are. I've just heard people say it enough times to where I'm saying it too.
Just talking out your ass here. Great.
But it's like it's basically it's just an artsy movie, and I don't know if like experimental. I guess so. Experimental and artsy are a little different because sometimes experimental films they kind of do stuff that nobody's ever done before. They kind of mess with a concept that very well may not work, but they want to try it out and that's what makes it experimental. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass.
Casting Adam Sandler in a movie like this, wouldn't you say it might be?
Adam Sandler, honestly, I've never seen Adam Sandler put as much effort into anything as I saw him in that movie, though. Like
he wasn't.
That was like
I've seen him what's that one movie with Seth Rogen and him?
I didn't see that one. Funny People. I want to see that.
It's like he acts the same as he does in his own movies, but it's not. He's not saying anything funny. It's more of like it's a depressing character, and that kind of comes off as. I know. Does he come off like? Does he act the same way, bland, or does he actually?
He clearly has some sort of mental disability in the movie. His character. They never say what it is.
So kind of
he is. Acting, then. Again, there's something seriously wrong with him. He's a complete social outcast. People get irritated with him super easily. Like there's scenes with him talking on the phone, and just customer service people lose their patience with him so quickly. He is like emotionally abused by his sisters. He has like 7 sisters, and it's funny. Like it's funny how horrible they are. But when you watch this movie, they are like the most unlikable family characters I've ever seen in a movie. They work very well for this. It is a very different. Because many movies have portrayed a bad family relationship, but I've never seen it done like this. They're just so goddamn irritating, but in a way where it works perfectly fine, and like what it leads to is really funny. So yeah, the best way I would say it is it's just like a guy with some type of mental disability who is constantly patronized by other people. And he's very impulsive. He can get very aggressive if he's built up enough. I don't really know exactly what the character's supposed to have. Probably some type of not high functioning or anything. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't know. He's an interesting character to say the least.
Does the character do they kind of enhance that with getting the character to take pills that like antidepressants or stuff like that, or other things that just make him more mellow and more depressed or something?
At the very beginning of the movie, he is I
always find he is
he is talking to someone about going to a psychiatrist because I don't want to say too much. I would recommend it. It's a great movie. I really loved it. Honestly, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm surprised that there's a Sandler movie like that exists for me, but it's outstanding. It's not Adam Sandler didn't write the movie or anything. The movie was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, but I've done a lot of weird shit. But
I feel like
it's
Adam
really
Sandler
good.
Should be in more stuff like that where he's not the producer or the writer of anything. He should just stick as the entertainer, the performer.
Yeah. Sandler will do whatever the hell he wants.
It's very well known that what he has been a part of, not just on screen wise, it's failed and he just makes a lot of money off of it. It's you have to be from another planet to know about that, so it's refreshing stuff like that. He should do more stuff like that. He should have over these last few years. I think it could have really helped his reputation, but it's good that there's stuff out there like that.
He can make a good comeback still. There's a lot of people who do nothing but shit for years and then do one thing that everyone likes and that person's cool again. We
are in a time that Adam Sandler is starting to improve a bit compared to Rich Alvarez. It's mind-blowing to me. It's crazy.
Hey, at least he's still making movies. He didn't go to making a cooking show or a vlog channel. Did you?
Segueing to
okay. Speaking of Rich Alvarez, let me go.
Okay.
Since I have a lot more show notes than you, let me do one more and then go to your next one. I'm just trying to
thought
like
something
make
that wasn't even on my list, but all right, it was another movie.
Go ahead. Mine's just a good transition.
Mario Brothers again. Whoa, no. I don't know. Have you ever? Are you a big Matt Damon fan? I've only recently started to like realize like, wow, he's a great actor. Like, there's some movies I've seen.
Matt Damon was he in The Outsiders?
I don't remember. What's that one? He was in Saving Private Ryan as Private Ryan near the end. If you ever saw that one, he was in.
I did a long time ago.
There was this movie on Netflix called The Informant that he was in, based on a real life story apparently. Not to give too much away, but like he's this kind of like the guy who's like very normal, trying to help other people. He kind of he's working with the FBI to kind of uncover some things that his company did. But that's just like the beginning of the movie. It kind of segues into much more, and like he's very mesmerizing. I feel like in this role, and what I've noticed about like that I've seen him in recent movies that I've seen him in, like I haven't seen any Bourne movies though, but I highly recommend The Informant. It takes.
I'm looking it up.
What you might get out of it, I told my mom this. I recommended this to her. It's like you'll either laugh during the movie, or you'll be bored, or both. Or maybe at times you'll be bored or you'll laugh. It's a very weird kind of comedy, but like again.
Is it like kind of a character study, like rather than story? It's more focused on the character and their life. Hello?
I don't know. I'd say see the movie.
That's very much Punch Drunk Love. There's like a little bit of a story, but mainly it's just weird shit happening to this guy.
It's based on the true story. I wouldn't really much.
I'll check it out.
It's kind of like it's how he affects other people, and you might. No, I can't give too much away. You might like him during the beginning, but like as the movie goes on, maybe not. I don't know.
I have Netflix. Maybe I could watch it. Maybe I could watch it tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a different segue.
There's this other movie too. Gonna open up my Netflix. You could talk for now until I find it.
So speaking of Netflix,
also starts
Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons and Futurama, has a new show out called Disenchantment. Did you see that?
I had that on my list. I saw the first episode today. I want to talk about that.
I saw all 10 of them, and episode 1's really good, wasn't it?
Okay, let's talk about this now. Okay, I only saw the first episode, so I only like the elf story. I found that legitimately hilarious. An elf who just in a happy environment just wanted to experience things that were miserable, and like I just love the scene where he's in that war zone. Like, what's a war? Like we're going to war. What's a war? I love it. But like
I like the humble people too.
The humble people. Where are the humble people?
Like he keeps complimenting them. No, we're much too humble.
We don't need your pride, something like that. But the thing
I'll say about
things I didn't really like about it so far, like, I'm not too keen on like the princess's story. It's like the comedy in the show itself. I didn't really laugh too much. It was mostly stuff from the elf, not all of it. There was some stuff that the elf said that like I was like, whatever. And also like this was made by The Simpsons or Futurama, because the art style looks Futurama, but the tone feels Simpsons.
Well, it's dumb. Matt Groening made both of them.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and the art style looks both like Simpsons and Futurama. It's the same drawing style.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of either, but like
Oh, I thought you were a fan of Futurama.
I was somewhat a fan when I was younger, but like
I love classic Simpsons, and Futurama I think was good up until it ended.
I feel like the first episode there was like so many parts that just kind of happened, and like I just didn't get too much of an emotion because there was just so many things being thrown at you. And like a one really big complaint I had with it, and I'm optimistic about the rest of the show. I'll say that. But like what I really didn't like about this was like maybe it's because like I was just a little tired. I don't think I was tired before watching this, but like because of the lack of music during certain parts, and like when they had music it was just kind of quick and then kind of transitioned to no music, and the lack of sound effects and like sound design, there wasn't much in certain scenes that there should have. It was just kind of the voice actors, that's all you really heard. It was like it was very distracting to me, and like I remember most of the time I was legitimately feeling tired, like I wanted to go to sleep. I don't remember the last time I ever watched something that I was so tired that I wanted to go to sleep, and this was boring me the hell out, but I went through the whole thing. And the only thing, again, the elf kept me entertained, but other than that.
Yeah. What I'll say about it is episode 2 continues the storyline. What ended up disappointing me about the show, and I'll say all this without spoiling anything, it does have a story in the background of the whole thing. I thought that this was like going to be a little different from The Simpsons and Futurama, because I thought it was going to have like this big story. It was going to be this big continuing story. They were kind of going to escape. After the second episode, the story is completely cut off, and it's episode by episode stories with a little bit of like a story going on.
So
with,
you mean
like,
it's mostly it's a show full of filler episodes? You mean?
What?
It's a show full of filler episodes. You mean?
It's I mean, like I don't know if you can call it filler episodes if it's trying to be like Futurama and The Simpsons, where it's episode stories for each episode. You know,
you would think like a 10-episode season though, like some kind of.
Yeah.
For each
no,
episode.
There is a story, and the last 2 episodes of the season are very heavily story oriented again. So really, actually, I'd even say 8 kind of is too. So it's like half of them almost have like this big story, but then there's like such a long gap of where it's episode by episode like structure, and then just a little like a couple of things like continuity basically.
I remember watching the part where like
but I really like where it left off. I was like by the last episode, with the way the season ends, I was super into it. There were some episodes I didn't like, and I actually liked the first episode, so that might say something about how you feel about the rest.
But like I remember when the demon character was introduced in the show, and I remember like it took me a while. It took me like 10 minutes until they cut to those 2 people standing over the flame, and like they were part of it. They sent him there, and like when he was introduced, I was like, "Why is he here? I don't understand." Like they just kind of threw this character in. It took me 10 minutes to realize, oh, they already said prior that they sent him, and this scene just reminded me. It's like, wow, how did I miss that?
To be fair, I think that's you having a lack of observance.
I'm just not.
Like,
it was so boring, dude.
The demon
lack
character,
of music and sound effects and everything. It was just voice actors. Which, by the way,
I don't know what you're talking
big compliment to the show. Like, I think I've said this on one episode, or like I've said this at some point in my life. Like in recent years with animated shows, you know, there's a lot of voice actors like that aren't really trying to make their own kind of characters. Like stuff like the 90s, like Dexter's Laboratory and stuff. They had these voice characters that, you know, you do an impression of them, and you know, hey, you're doing an impression of this character. If you do Dipper from Gravity Falls, no one's gonna know you're doing Dipper. It's like with this show, there's every single character except for the princess has like this distinct voice with them. You know, they've got some kind of little quirk, if it's a Brooklyn accent or if it's like this British accent, something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something. The little elf has that little chipperiness to him.
Honest to God, when
he's happy about stuff like that.
Your complaints with the sound design, I don't really know about.
There's lack of sound effects. There's like just things, and even things like stuff that like should make the scene, like action-packed scenes, like more what's the word?
Did you want more jump scares, Zach?
No, it's just like something that makes it more exciting, like da-da-da, like not necessarily music, but like
I didn't have a problem
impactful sound effects, and just nothing really happened. All you heard was the voice actors and occasional.
My biggest gripe with the show was inconsistencies with the characters. The King Zog character, honest to God, by the end of the season, I thought he was really funny. I really enjoyed. Like, I wasn't the bother the king. Yeah. I wasn't like too into him at first, but by the end of it, I just thought like he was making me laugh like a good bit every episode. He was becoming a character I actually like, but make him like such an asshole, and then near the end of it, they try to make him sympathetic, and I'm like, you kind of went too far to make him sympathetic. He kills people for no reason. Like, and they do the same thing with like Bean, the elf, and the demon, because they do horrible stuff in the show. But by the end of it, you're supposed to see them as the good guy, but they kill people. Like they go into like, it's really weird. It's really weird.
To defend the show a bit, I feel like that's their tone. It's just kind of like, don't take it too seriously like that.
Yeah, but then at times they do want you to take it seriously. They throw in these twists. They have these emotional scenes, and it feels like they do want you to take it seriously. That was my biggest gripe with the show. I thought it was funny. I thought a lot of the designs were excellent. I like where the
Animation's really
goes.
good, yeah. I feel like after watching the first
outstanding.
I feel like after watching the first episode though, I feel like script-wise, because like I was getting like flashbacks of like Yumi and Cody writing first episodes for various first episodes of shows we were doing, and I was thinking, I was watching this first episode and I was like, it doesn't feel complete. There was stuff like even in the animation that was very campy. Stuff like when they went to that one guy that they thought was the Wishmaster, and then all of a sudden the knights come in with the prince, and it's like stuff that they could have easily got them, but they ran and went into a corner, and this guy looks in the crack. Oh, it's like he could have just walked forward, grabbed her, done. It's like, I don't know. And then they made it out the front door, and it's like, what? Huh? I don't know. It's a comedy show, but then again, it's like, huh? I don't know.
I really liked the first one, so I think the first one's one of the better episodes. So honestly, keep watching and tell me what you think. I hope you like it, because I did like it. And I do think that the last 2 episodes were probably the best ones. I was very into them. One other thing I do not like. I do not like, in some shots it looks okay, but in other shots I think the CGI city looks really bad.
I thought that was 2D oh, maybe not.
No, it was CG animation with outlines, so it can look like 2D in some places.
That looked fine. I don't know.
I think it looks terrible sometimes, especially in the first episode. But aside from that, I like it. I
thought the intro, I don't know if it's for every episode. I'm sure there's a skip intro button because it's Netflix, but like that intro is so long. God damn.
The intro is kind of cool because every episode it changes. They show images that like kind of represent that episode, so it's something new every time. I like the intro.
It's just like
I think it's longer episode 1 than any other episode. I do think they shorten it.
I feel like to open the show, have a scene first and then cut to the intro. At
Olivia
least
just
do that.
Me.
Don't just open the episode already sucking you in. Like, okay, I could skip. I was like optimistic. I'm very optimistic watching things. I want to see, hey, did they throw any funny things in the intro? Who knows? But it was just one very long, boring intro with good animation, I guess, but nothing that kept me. Oh, Pog.
Not even animation in the intro. I don't know what you're talking about. But
Wasn't
anyway,
there like the town and everything? I don't know.
I think the intro is just a bunch of still images. But anyway, Olivia messaged me asking about when we're doing the stupid Mario Bros. Movie with her and Crystal. I'll have to give them that.
Yeah. How is that going?
It's going well. I finished the first cut, and then I went on vacation. Yeah. I have some of the edits done. It's like 20-something minutes.
How was your vacay?
It was good. I do have that as a note. There's not really a lot to talk about. Right now, I'm working on my beach video that I do every year, so I'm going to finish that before I work on Stupid Mario Bros. Again.
Beach video.
I find that funny that I'm saying that before I continue my work on Stupid Mario Bros. But anyway.
What if you remade Stupid Mario Brothers?
Rework
the script, same characters and all that. You could throw out some, add some.
I've never seriously thought about doing that, but the thought has come to mind, just making it like a huge shitpost show.
It's like the female Ghostbusters. You don't even try to change it like Stupid Mario Brothers. Put another thing in front of it. You just call Stupid Mario Brothers straight up. And then that whole thing that everyone used to do, like with inspiration from Chalvrest in the description.
Oh.
Remember that? Everyone did that.
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't? I thought you did.
No.
No.
You have 4 episodes, so you can tell me. I don't think I did.
I only have them downloaded. I don't have the descriptions of them, you idiot. You fucking dumb.
Oh, I thought you were saying the intro I did.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the episodes I had downloaded. What intro you did? What?
I thought you were saying that in the intro I did that.
Listen, man, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. So let's just
I wasn't talking about the description. I was talking about the intro.
Yeah, and I thought you were talking about the episodes I had downloaded. We're just getting off derailed. This show should be called Derailed now. I think someone's home. Hold on.
Anyway.
That's how you have to play. Hold on.
It's going fine. It's going fine, Zachary.
Alright.
Alright, going for my notes, deleting stuff. I do have, like, one funny story from my vacation.
What?
I do have one. Fuck you! I do have one funny story from my vacation. So we went to the beach, we always do. Me and my brother had to stop in a town called Wilmington because my...
Okay, yeah, alright. Sorry. Told you it was gonna happen.
We had to, Stopped in a town called Wilmington, which was just an hour away from where we were staying, because we had to pick up my cousin from the airport, and me and Eric volunteered. And there was like this battleship near there. It's like, okay, we can spend a few hours there. We were supposed to get him at 3, and we ended up getting him at like 7:30 because the flight kept getting delayed. So we spent our first day of the vacation essentially like in this town instead of enjoying the beach. We had some funny moments. We had some good stuff. We had a good lunch there. We went to a couple of bars. The first one we went to, no one really would talk. But the second one, it was this really sketchy looking bar by the airport. We switched bars because we wanted to go one that was closer to the airport for when he was getting off. But we got a couple of beers at this place, and it was a very loud bar. Like, it was, again, sketchy as hell, but everyone there was super friendly and just like telling stories, laughing hysterically. It was like a stereotypical white trash bar, but it was wonderful. I mean that in the best way possible. And there's this one guy, and I guess this might come off as mean. This is what me and my brother were calling him. We were calling him One-Eyed Freddy because his name was Freddy and he only had one eye.
Oh. What a
and he bought for no reason. It was just out of the good of his heart. He bought everyone in the bar a drink, so we all got a beer for free.
Awesome.
Later, he bought. Yeah, and later, an hour later, he buys everyone a shot of Fireball, so we all have a shot of Fire. He's just getting people alcohol. He never even spoke to us. He was being nice. We thanked him. It was a very nice place. The only thing I didn't like about it is they didn't accept tab. Like, you couldn't build up a tab, so I had to, and they also wouldn't take my card, so I had to go to the ATM and take cash out.
What?
And my dog is having a fit. But that's really the only funny story of my trip. It was pretty straightforward trip. We had a good time.
You can say that a little short story like that with someone who did that. You never hear that. It's only stories. It's so cool.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I honestly, I was a little stressed out that day that we weren't getting to our our home for the week. For a long time, we didn't get there until 9 because it was still an hour-long drive after we picked him up. Luckily, there was warm food waiting for us when we got there, and we still enjoyed the night. We didn't go to bed right away when we got there. We did a couple of things, but honestly, the beach trip, as I love doing it every year, it's super repetitive. We just do the same shit every single year. So the first day being different, I wouldn't have this story if it weren't for that. So I'm glad. It was different. It was interesting. And I think it was probably the best first day I had, at least memory-wise.
I just found that other movie, the other Matt Damon movie, that I forgot the name. It has a big cast of actors, It stars Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, I think John Goodman, or maybe it's Alec Baldwin, I forget. And probably some other ones.
Kind of a weird two to get mixed up.
It's about first of all,
why's
called
your flashlight on?
Well, I have it over here for my light. It's called The Departed. I don't know. Have you ever seen The Departed?
No, I'm gonna look that one up too. Just
highly recommended Departed. I won't say anything. You will be tense most of the way through. It's about
oh wow.
It's about the police, the Boston police, I believe, and the mafia, and each side has a mole in each. Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio are both the moles, and they don't know each other's the mole, and it just so much stuff escalates. It's ridiculous. Highly recommend Departed.
It has a super high rating on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and
Watch it, and we'll talk about it. It's really, really good.
Do you want to do that, by the way? I mentioned that last season, and we never did. We do an episode. I tell you a movie, and you tell me a movie, and watch it. You can pick any movie you want, because I can rent movies. I know that you just kind of go for Netflix, so I'll only pick Netflix movies for you. Do you want to do that, though? It could be a fun little segment.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me think. Okay, I'm going to watch The Departed for you for next episode, and I'm going to think of a movie for you.
The episode after, unless if you want to start with The Informant first, but...
which one do you want me to do first? The Informant or Departed?
I feel like The Departed is way better, but...
We'll do The Departed and The Informant later.
Yeah.
I might even watch The Departed tonight. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might want to watch it.
Both great.
Tonight. I'll do The Departed, and I'll think of something that's on Netflix for you. Do you have a Hulu, too?
No. just Netflix.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep it to Netflix then. Actually, I do know what I'll pick. I hope it's up still. Maybe if you already seen it, I'll pick something else. I want to make sure I get the title right.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird one.
Did I have
Yeah,
anything
okay,
else
there we
on my
go.
list?
It's the Internal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's a movie?
Yes.
Hold on. Let me write that down.
It is a movie starring Jim Carrey where he does a serious role. It's really good.
Again?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
The Eternal
And
what?
it is on Netflix. I just checked. It's still on Netflix.
The Eternal what? You cut out a bit when you said
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Sunshine?
Spotless Mind. Mind.
Okay. I think I got it. I might have seen that on Netflix, maybe. I just ignored it.
Yeah, it's on. Have you seen the movie or just noticed it was there?
I think I saw Jim Carrey as a movie with Jim Carrey on my.
Did you actually watch it or did
No.
you just notice?
I noticed.
Notice it. Okay. Yeah, dude, I really loved it. I watched it about a month ago and I thought it was really good. It's Jim Carrey doing a serious role, and like Adam Sandler, it's really surprising. He does an outstanding job, and not too. Jim Carrey's had roles where I really liked him before, though.
Truman
like
Show,
Adam Sandler.
He was great in that.
What?
The Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Serious role.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Honestly, it's like a lot sillier. He's a lot sillier in that movie. There is one weird thing. I'm not gonna say much about the movie, but the Internal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a very serious tone movie. But there's one scene where it goes full blown Jim Carrey like retard, like just one of it, like just imagine it becomes like on the level of like Mr. Popper's Penguins or something. Like it's just out of nowhere gets super ridiculous and then goes back to being a serious movie. It's really weird. It's the old.
So that's a bad thing about the movie. Then it's not even like.
I don't know. For me, it is. A lot of people don't mind it at all. A lot of people find it really funny. And it's just, and it makes sense. It makes sense, but it just gets. I understand the scene. I understand it. I don't really care for it.
Could have been something else. You mean? Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it couldn't have been anything else. Like for the context, it makes perfect sense. It's just it was too silly for me. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be laughing or feel uncomfortable by it. Maybe I was supposed to feel uncomfortable by it, which I did.
On the subject of Jim Carrey, like I think we've talked about this. You've seen that documentary where he did Man on the Moon, right? On Netflix.
I didn't see it, but I know of it and I want to watch it.
The documentary is way better than the movie. First of all, I saw the movie a few weeks ago for the first time. I still think the documentary is way better. I think the movie is pretty okay, honestly. Like really, but yeah.
We still have half the show to do, so that's cool. So I'm gonna watch the part, and you're gonna watch the Internal Spot. I have like a couple of notes still.
Did I have any?
So okay, here's a fun little one. I'm gonna send
one more note.
You in the group. Me and Brent are starting a gaming channel. I talked about that last episode, and I have the first 2 episodes edited minus the intro. Me and Brent still need to record that, but I did commission the artwork from Tariq, and he finished it. And I'm gonna put it in the chat for you to watch right now. You can put it on the screen, but you can look at it right now. I was really happy with how it came out.
My headphones came out.
Oh, did you? Okay, I'm sending you the artwork for our channel.
I guess I'll see that later. I'll put it up.
Oh no, check it out right now. Do it real quick. I want you to see it. I want your reaction.
Hold on. Boop.
I think it's really good artwork.
Oh my god, Tariq did this?
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
Oh my god. What are you looking at? What's up with your neck? What's up with your neck?
Oh, I'm telling, we have someone else who's going to do artwork too. I think it's going to be like thumbnail artwork, and it's a friend of Brent's, and it's just, I want everyone to draw me like abnormally obese.
Just like, it's like half human, half garbage can. It's so dumb.
I just like the freaking look on my face. It's funny too because it's kind of like an opposite of like how we actually act. Because Brent's like a lot more hyper, and I'm a lot more depressed.
Mellow, you could have said mellow.
I would say I'm a lot more
obnoxious. By the way,
I'd say I'm a lot more obnoxious on DuckCast than I am on Shenanigans Pals, which we were naming the channel, which was originally going to be, if you remember the comic book name, I was going to do.
Pals is becoming a gaming channel.
Yeah, because like honestly, it was just like we couldn't think of a name. I was like, hey, you know what? I never made that comic, so let's just call it Shenanigans Pals. It's stupid sound, and that's perfect for a gaming channel like this.
Wow.
So more working. The episodes actually have effort put into them. There's a lot of fun little edits. I finished the first 2. I'm gonna go on to the 3rd one soon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a pretty solid little project of ours.
Neat.
If I'm gonna do a gaming channel, it's gonna be tolerable, at least in my opinion, tolerable.
Just have fun with it. It's a gaming channel, so you have to own it. You have to. Like when I did a thing for Chris, like with Chris Orr, we did that Twilight Princess thing, and I felt very like I was still in that Game Grumps phase where I was still watching him, so I was kind of okay with it. But for the most part, like from what I remember, like I don't know, I was like, yeah, this is kind of dumb. We could be doing something better than this, but it's like
you gotta own it. Like for doing something. Brent doesn't like to film. Brent doesn't like to do there's a lot of stuff he doesn't like to do. For this, honestly, I think we have decent chemistry, and I think that it's fun. I have fun recording it. I honestly have fun editing it. It's something new.
Just make sure you're not like it's like if Chris was better to bounce off with, we could have done this better. But like, just make sure you're not like pointing out things throughout most of the video. You know, like, hey, this is this. Hey, this is that. Hey, you said this. Let's make a sarcastic comment about that. Like, you know. Just don't be very.
Oh no! A lot of stuff's cut down. We have like a lot of stories. Like just like, I don't know. Like if I'm going off of like with the way I act on recording, because I'm just trying to act like myself on the recording. But if I'm going to compare our channel to any channel, I'm going to compare it to Oni Plays with like all the edits and all the cuts. Like it's not like Game Grumps where it's straight through a ton of stuff.
That's that way too.
I do not let I like refuse for there to be in like any silent moments.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner in 5 minutes, y'all. My dad just said.
Diner.
Well, I can finish this and then get dinner because we only have like 20 minutes of this left anyway. Mm-hmm. But okay, more notes. So I talked about that. My next show note is. Do you have any, by the way? Any more show notes?
One more.
Okay,
and this is kind of finally close off this conversation. I finished Parks and Rec.
Wasn't it good?
It was. The finale it wasn't as good as the Office finale, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
God.
I was disappointed with the Parks and Rec finale. It's not bad, but I was expecting better.
It was very all over the place, too, with like trying to keep your head in like, okay, present day, future, how far in the future. It was very all over the place.
Jerry's conclusion is the funniest fucking thing.
It was so sad still.
It was so sad, but like what a great.
He had the best life.
They treated him so poorly on the show. And in exchange, they gave him the best life.
And died.
Lived to 100, and everyone in his family portrait's just like this, like 100 beautiful blonde people, all of them.
And his wife still looks the same.
His wife doesn't age a day.
So he had the best life.
At his funeral, she still
the
looks
hottest
the same.
life.
That was so great.
What else? Oh man.
And he got to be he kept getting to be mayor too.
Yeah. Constantly mayor over the years until he died. Wow. What a god.
I like how they show Leslie with like a group of people at his funeral to like say like, hey, what's her future? You don't know for sure, but maybe she became president. Maybe she just has a really big role. They don't like say for sure though, and I like that.
I think because this is the Parks and Rec universe and everyone kind of gets that happy ending feel a lot of the time. I feel like she and her husband got to become president, like the first ever husband and wife president for the first time, something like that. They always argue about like, you know, like who should.
There is a deleted scene where with John Ralphio and his sister that's not in the episode on Netflix.
I saw an interview about that.
What?
I saw an interview about that. He had like a wig or something, right? And yeah,
he faked. Did you see him fake his own death
in the final episode?
Yeah. There's a scene within that where there's a little 30-second part they cut, and it's hilarious. I'll send it to you after. I know he wasn't your favorite character, but I think you'll find this part funny.
I find the sister funny.
It was a really funny part, and I don't know why they cut it out, because it was like the punchline of the whole thing. Like, they cut out the joke of his scene. But anyway, Because it's not in the Netflix version or the Hulu version. It's stupid. I don't know why they cut it out. My brother showed it to me.
You know what I remember feeling like during the finale? Like, I remember when the episode started to play, and I was like, I noticed, like, you know, when the characters are talking in the scene, you see the actors starring whatever on the bottom of the screen. I remember seeing guest starring Rashida Jones and Rob Lowe. I'm like, wow, they're coming back. And then, like, thinking, wait, why are they coming back already? This is not, like, episode 20-something of the season. I, like, click back and I look at how many episodes are left, and it says there's, like, no more episodes after that. I'm like, this early? No, it was, like, it was a short season. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be 20-plus episodes. I'm like, no, it's not coming now. So I had to prepare myself for, like, a 45-minute, 50-minute episode. The last episode, I'm like, no. So,
I personally think that the season 6 finale is better than the
that was a great
season.
finale. And that just rushed. I love how the last season of Parks and Rec, where as The Office, the last episode is the future. Like, this last episode was, like, not counting the last episode, but, like, the last season was, like, the final episode of The Office, but extended into a season, kind of, for Parks and Rec. You know what I mean? It fast-forwarded to the future, and you've already escalated some things and stuff, and there's just more.
Yeah.
But
I liked it.
Yeah.
I do have one thing I want to say. One of my show notes is The Office. I'm almost done with my rewatch of it, and I'm going to do a video on it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of stuff to say about it that we've already talked about. Season 9, honestly, going through it again, it's like a little more tolerable. But my biggest gripe is I don't find it that funny. I find the story of it more interesting than anything. I think Jim and Dwight really starting to become friends is interesting. I think Jim and Pam's dilemma is actually interesting. What?
The last couple of episodes are some of the best, though, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with them. The finale is outstanding. I have some people who are defending Andy, saying that, like, it's funny, like, he's mean-spirited, but it's good for the story. I just can't stand him.
To be fair, though, even if you didn't like it, at least he left for some episods, so you don't have him all season. So there's at least.
Yeah, I'm actually on the episode.
You can't complain too much there, you know.
Yeah, I find him too mean. I don't like it. I really don't like it.
Out of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah, and like I kind of understand more
like
why.
And Aaron is such a nice character too, in the fact that he treats her so badly. It's like why? Come on, we like her. Why would you do
Especially
that?
after you spent 4 seasons building that up. Like, what a waste of time.
You don't make a Michael Scott replacement like
and yeah, Michael Scott was flawed, but I mean, like, he had a good
Carell left
heart.
the show. You had to, like, I'm not even saying this on Ed Helms' part, and like mostly like the writer's part. Like, you have this responsibility to try to, you know, make him even till the end of the show a decent human being, and like
that fucking episode with the acapella, where like the acapella kids like come over and he wants to sing with them, like that. He is just so goddamn irritated in that one.
I didn't like.
I can't stand him. Like, one thing I will say,
Stephen
one change
Colbert,
of opinion
I'm not really
I
a fan of seeing him. Like, it's a cameo role, like a guest starring kind of role for Stephen Colbert, but like, you know, I find him obnoxious, and like he kind of made the episode a bit ruined for me. But the episode overall was memorable.
I don't have a strong opinion on Stephen Colbert. He's made me laugh before.
I prefer Jon Stewart, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah, I will say this though. And I mean, I know she's probably the most hated character on the show if it's not Robert California.
Nellie?
I still hated Nellie in season 8, but in the final season, she's actually, the second time through, she's working a lot better with me. Like, I actually think she's fine.
I've told you, like, I have these blinders on because she was on Doctor Who as a main character, and I'm like, I see her in this whole other role. I'm like, wow, cool, good for you. You're on The Office. Like, awesome. Catherine Tate is great, but it's a shame they made her character a bit too, I don't know.
She's like such a bitch when they bring her on in season 8, like, and steals Andy's job. Like, you really hate her, especially because at this point you like Andy because he wasn't an asshole yet. But like, in season 9, it's just like a complete 180. Like, I like her a lot more.
Yeah,
I think she is more than tolerable in the final season. I think she has some funny moments in the final season, so my opinion of her has changed. I do like Nellie now. It did take a while, because I fucking hated her the first time I watched the show. But yeah, that's the only thing I really have to say. It's the season 9 is working a little better with me this time because I really hated it the first time, but then liked the last couple episodes. Okay, so my next notes, I have 3 more. I don't think we'll have a lot to discuss with any of them. Plus, the episode's almost over. Monkey Jones. I know you watched the stupid Mario Bros. Video you did. Did you watch any of his other videos?
No, I completely forgot. You keep telling me to watch more of him.
He did one really funny called the Rise, Fall, and Decay of Monkey Jones, where he got another popular person as video essays to do the voiceover, and it's just about his downfall. And it's very much a parody of Rich Alvarez, and it's just kind of funny to, like, after how Richie responded, it's just a whole other video making fun of him.
I'm still waiting for that follow-up vid because Richie was saying like he and Jackie were open to another interview.
Did he say that they were open for another interview?
I think
when?
Either on Twitter or Discord. I remember.
I don't recall.
I think you and I were talking about that.
I think Mumkey invited them to do another interview, but I don't think they agreed.
I think they offered
at this point.
I think they said like, "Hey, we want to give our side of the story," and he was like,
"I didn't
hear
sure
anytime."
No, Richie just said that in the comment. Maybe there's something else he said.
There was more
but he's just been like on fire this last month. He had like he uploaded a video today that was like a big conclusion to like this big lore he had set up for the last couple of months. He released a short film, like a short Monkey Jones movie, which was a parody of a cool cat saves the kids. If you ever heard of that, there's a parody of that. It was really funny. He had this short film festival that was like an hour long where fans submitted short films, and he compiled the best ones into a film festival. Like and he also did his final Elliot Rogers video, which was a big thing on his channel. He did a huge thing for the finale. I mean, it's just been like 5 like major uploads, and he's just like really pumping out. Like if you're a fan of his stuff, like you have to actually like what he does, but he's like really pumping video after video out. I'd recommend checking it. I've been enjoying it. So my final 2 notes are 2 TV shows we watched. One, The 100. I've seen the first 2 episodes of season 5.
Didn't they put season 5 out on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's out. And the first episode, I agree with you. It's really good. Where I disagree with you is I think episode 2 is even better. I really loved it.
This is just another 100 episode to me. I thought the first episode was the first half of the first episode was fantastic. Just Clark and the girl, like, oh my god, it was great.
It's good, but
how?
I think what happened in like the underground was awesome. I think that Octavia like just deciding she's gonna fucking kill anyone who doesn't listen to
I feel like
is
we
awesome.
had that for another season.
You have Jaha. I keep my voice down there because I have a lot of family who watch the show and don't even they're not caught up. But that was surprising.
That was very surprising.
Especially this early in the season.
Yeah.
Like normally when they like axe off major characters, they do it like at the very end. I think like Lincoln went halfway through season 3. Jasper I think goes in the final episode.
Yeah.
Or at least close to the final episode.
I just don't remember much from that episode other than that death. Honestly, I just remember 2 characters talking in a tunnel, and that's it. I remember. Yeah.
I was very entertained by it. I really liked it, and I haven't continued watching since then.
I remember watching at some point. Forgot to record episodes, and then was like, forget. I'll wait till it's on Netflix, and now that's on Netflix. I keep forgetting to watch it. So I don't know. It's like it doesn't entice me anymore. Is this the last season? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll leave on another clip.
No, season 6 is happening.
For some reason, the idea, like when the last episode of the last season aired, and like at the end, you see the ship coming down. It's like a prison ship. I was like, whoa, cool. But like, I don't know. After some time, I'm like, the idea of like prisoners being the enemy is like kind of. It's kind of.
What I'll tell you is what my experience with the 100 so far has been. I watch a season, I'm really into it, and then I stop, and then the next season starts. And I don't watch it when it's coming out because I'm not that excited about it. I'm super unenthusiastic about it. And then I watch a few episodes. Maybe it takes me a while. But by the time I'm like halfway through, I'm super invested and I finish it. And I think every season has been better than the last so far. I think season 1's great, then season 2's better, then season 3's better, then season 4 is better. And so far, season 5 is looking like it's going to be better.
It's weird for me, like every
really
department that works on the show does a great job. Even the writing, like everything escalates very quickly, and you would think something like that would entice me, but like at the same time, it's like it just
so
feels the same to me.
Seeing these kids who were so rebellious on the Ark, so just fucking despised Jaha, fucking despised Marcus, just all like, and now they're like the exact same people, if not worse. And like, you know, like Octavia mourning Jaha is fucking crazy that there's ever like a point in time where that would happen. They've all fucked each other over so much in the show that it just like doesn't mean anything anymore. They've all done so many horrible things. Did you get past episode 2? Did you see 3?
Yeah.
Or are we caught up?
Yeah, I think I maybe stopped at 5, 6, or 7 or something. I don't know, but like, I just don't get much of a reaction from these characters, and you know, stuff like that. I noticed that. I remember that, but like, I don't know. I forgot so much from the older seasons. I was like, all right, cool. I mean, we got enough of it where you can understand. It's not like we didn't get enough of that interaction with the two of them where you know why they hate each other. But I don't know. I'm
really loving it. And Better Call Saul, excellent season so far. You saw 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I saw 1 through 3. 3 is probably the best one of the season so far.
You said that about episode 2. I thought it was a good episode. I mean, not the best episode ever, but you know, it was a good episode.
I disagree with you strongly. But anyway, I thought so far season 4 has been great. Like, I think season probably, if it keeps this pace going, it's going to be the best season of the show so far.
Well, what about episode 2 though?
What about it?
Well, what impressed me here? What did I forget? Maybe.
I don't know what to tell you about that. I just really enjoyed the entire episode. It ended really well with freaking Gus. All the stuff.
The best episode ever of the show.
I think not the best episode of the show ever. I didn't say it was the best one. I said it was one of the best. My favorite episode is still the court one between Jimmy and Chuck. It's like, to me, that's the only episode of Better Call Saul that's just a straight episode story. Like, it's not 5 stories that we're cutting back and forth between, which is every episode of Better Call Saul. That's like the one episode. It's just this one big story that's been building up for such a long time. It's the final showdown between Jimmy and Chuck.
The most I've reacted to something so far in this season was the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the first episode with the the future part.
Oh, is it?
What?
It was okay.
What'd you say?
Are you talking about the black and white scene?
Yeah.
With Gene?
Like when he's being followed and everything, and like, you know, what is he gonna get caught or not? Like, it was so tense to me.
It was tense, but I feel like once again we've had 4 of them now and they haven't really gone any.
He's not just stuck in the mall, like he's around and people, and like woman's keeping him there, and like, you know, don't know what's gonna happen.
It's a very anxious scene, I'll give it that. Honestly, the black and white scenes don't do anything for me anymore. I get it. Like, yeah, Walter fucked his life up. Either do more with it or stop. But, you know,
I feel like with him it's just more how long is he gonna keep this new lifestyle up? It's more of, you know.
Well, I sent you a message that
like it's breaking him a bit.
Before the season even ended, Better Call Saul got renewed for season 5. Before it even began, I meant to say.
Yeah.
So season 5 is guaranteed. There was something that AMC was posting on their Twitter, or Better Call Saul posted on their Twitter, and it's like a question for like a Q&A video, and I didn't want to watch the whole Q&A video, but like the question that they used to advertise it is, will there be a whole season where featuring Gene, like the entire thing focuses on that part of his life. Yeah, that's what Jimmy changed his name to.
Oh.
So like an entire season of like him after Breaking Bad, which would be cool. I think maybe more so like the last episode or last 2 episodes, because I mean that'd be a whole season without Mike and like really any of the characters that we kind of like. All of the better, it would just be Gene and new characters.
I feel like they're creative enough to do it where they can add some new characters, maybe make some certain characters survive, so it's not just, you know. Bob Odenkirk.
Maybe you could have like one last interaction with Kim.
Well, maybe not if it's a whole season. You know, you'd be getting more than just one, but like, you know, something.
I really like what they're doing with the new season. I remember season 3 premiered, and I did like the second episode of season 3. But I remember just watching the first one and feeling like I didn't get anything out of it, and I was really disappointed with it. And then the rest of the season was awesome to make up for it. Season 4, I was like super into it from the first episode. The second one was really good. I mean, the second one, giving you details of like what was so great about it. I thought Kim's outburst on Hamlin was a really great scene. I thought Jimmy trying
oh, that
turning those
great.
guys down.
That was such a flip. I was like, what?
The ending with Gus and Nacho was horrifying, and it was just like the first time we really see Gus as this monster again. I thought just the scenes that took place in the hospital, them talking to Hector, were really good. I thought the opening scene with Gus and his men, like examining Hector, was. I just thought every scene of the episode was outstanding. Mike had something.
I just feel like we've had episodes like. I just feel like we've had episodes with scenes like those that left that much of an impact before. It's like they're all great. Yeah.
I don't think that many good ones. And I think
that many good scenes in one episode.
Almost every episode of Better Call Saul. Yeah, and most of the episodes of Better Call Saul, each scene is fine, but some are really slow and are just building something else up. I felt like every single one of these like really moved the story up and weren't built up at all. And the only one I don't feel that way with is Mike's story with Lydia. That was okay. That was just one of the okay scenes.
I feel like for me, like with every season of Better Call Saul, personally for me, like even though it's episodic, it just feels like one really long movie where each episode many different stories in one episode, so you don't really know, hey, this episode was about this. It's never like that with Better Call Saul.
Okay, so major spoilers for Breaking Bad here. At this point, we've already said a lot of spoilers for Better Call Saul, so I assume if you're still listening to this, you've seen all of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. But me and Nick are watching Breaking Bad. We watched season 1 together, and then I went on.
Is this his first time
2,
watching
3, and 4. What?
Is this his first time watching it?
Yes. And he watched seasons 2, 3, and 4 while I was on vacation. Now we're watching season 5 together. And last night, he might come over tonight to watch some more, but last night he was getting tired, so he stopped. And guess where he fell asleep? Like 5 minutes before Hank finds out about Walter. I'm just like, God damn it!
That is not that kind of show where you would fall asleep ever, though. Like,
well, me and Nick were both drinking and have been awake for a long time. It was 1 a.m. in the morning, and we were both drunk.
Drinking. Ugh. Nature's natural-born killer. Yeah.
we had a really good time though. And me and Pinsack, I guess one more note. I think to end the show with. It's nothing huge, and I don't want to like say it's guaranteed because it's probably not. But me and Nick are writing a Bemis and Company episode, which is a medieval fantasy themed episode, and it'll be non-canon. And we're trying to get it done by January. And there might be some guests, like maybe I'll ask you to do I might ask you to do a voice or something for it.
Animated. Figured.
No, we literally has made a bunch of them already.
Medieval time show live
Nick
action.
is not a medieval show. It's a short film with the Bemis and Company characters.
Didn't you say it was medieval?
Medieval, yes, fantasy.
Yeah.
So the main location is going to be the woods, of course, but we have like a couple of sets we're working on. Nick is doing all the wardrobe, and he already finished a lot of it. And we're working on the script. Me, Nick, and Gage are writing the script. And I'm going to have all the roles planned out. So that'll be fun. All right, well, that's everything I have to say. It's an hour or so I'd say we're good to wrap it up. You have anything else you want to talk about?
I heard from my orthodontist recently that coming very soon, maybe next month, maybe the month after, might be getting my braces off very soon, so.
Cool, you can finally make videos again.
I barely ever have time to film anymore.
What are you so busy with, Zach?
No, it's just I never get time to, like, record anything. People are always here.
Embrace it, Zach.
Yeah, small house, and they'll have a big 2-story house like yours.
Dude, I was watching. I'm putting together a lore video. I'm putting together a lore video that should actually be out tomorrow, and it's just a 26-minute compilation of like the story arc I set up. Me, you probably don't remember it because it's been a while since you've seen these videos, and you haven't even seen all of them. But there's this big story that got set up with Gage getting kicked out of the house and Michael being hated by all of his friends, and it's just a compilation of every scene from that arc. Like every episode of the show, I take out the little bits that connect to the story and compiled them together. And there's this part in it where like I'm whispering in my house. I'm like, I was thinking about watching it. Why am I whispering here? And then I was like, even 2 years ago, I was whispering because I was in the house with my family around. That seems like such a 10-year-old thing to do. But I was keeping my voice because I was filming at like 1 a.m. in the morning, and my family was asleep because I wanted to get it done.
If I try to embrace it, dude, I would like instinctively do stuff like that. I can't embrace that. I'm not that kind of dude.
Yeah, I can because I'm not really worried about embarrassing myself in front of my family. But I mean, I want to go back to making more videos like that. I've been very bored the last 2 years not doing that, so I need to get back to it. But it's hard. It's easier said than done. You have to have fucking passion, and I don't have passion anymore. I gotta get some passion. Eat passion fruit. Dun 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 dun. End the episode now. End the episode right fucking now. I cannot bear to be here for another second. I'm moving my computer up its ear. Stop it.
Why?
Annoying my eyes. End the fucking episode. I will fucking find you, Zach. I know where you live. You live in the house that has the Zelda poster in the background.